We know that line. It's been 32 years since we first heard Matthew McConaughey deliver those famous 3 words. They are now iconic. I'm happy to say I did the interview, didn't say it one time, Vlad, to it one time. Since then, he has won an Oscar. He's been named People's Sexiest Man Alive, and he's become a best-selling author 3 times over. He is currently on top of the New York Times bestsellers list again for his latest work, Poems and Prayers. And if that's not enough, we're also seeing this iconic actor back on the big screen, this time as an heroic bus driver in the movie called The Lost Bus. So we caught up with Matthew the other day to discuss his work on the page and on film.
I have 22 kids on that bus. I gotta get them to their parents.
The Lost Bus marks Matthew McConaughey's gripping return to the big screen.
Where do you need to get to?
My son's up there with his grandma.
The film is based on the true story of bus driver Kevin McKay and teacher Mary Ludwig. They saved 22 children during a devastating wildfire that destroyed Paradise, California, back in 2018.
It's too late. I'm too late as a father.
Kevin makes this decision to turn the bus around and go get his mom and son, because they can't drive, to get them into safety and away from the fire because there's a mandatory evacuation. And just as he's made that decision, not 30 seconds later, a call comes through dispatch. It says, I got 22 kids on the east side of town. Anyone over there got an empty bus? Well, guess who's got an empty bus?
Kevin.
Kevin. Mm-hmm. Now that decision, what do you do?
963 to base, I can get him.
And you think, why do people do these heroic acts? Like, first responders are heroic because when the call comes, it's time for them to engage and run to the crisis. But someone like Kevin and Mary, they didn't wake up that day
a bus driver and
thinking
teacher.
about a heroic act.
Yeah. McConaughey spoke to the real Kevin McKay to prepare for this role.
And it's funny because you'd think there's maybe a deep philosophical reason. And when I said, Kevin, why did you take the right to go get the kids and abort the mission to go get your mom and your son? He goes, well, it's my job. Mm-hmm. It's that simple.
His son in the film is played by McConaughey's son, Levi.
Hey, listen to me. I don't have a choice. Dad, it's not fair that I have to change my life.
Grow up! Wait till you gotta pay the bills. Wait till you got a job.
There's a thing that struck me in the movie right off the bat, because Levi, these are scripted words, Matthew.
Yeah.
Here he goes, I bleeping hate you and wish you were dead.
Yep.
But even when I heard it, I went, oh,
Yeah.
because you're looking at Levi's face.
Yeah. Exactly, but here's that hit me. And here's Levi and I talked about this, because it's not anything like me and Levi's real relationship. But we talked about how, well, isn't that awesome that we have such a loving relationship and trust in that? So go all the way there.
Oh, okay.
Don't hold back for your own feelings of anger and hate. And let's pick out some things that you do not like. And let's lean into them. And no apologies, don't ask permission. We know that at the end of the day, we're coming back together to hug each other.
Yeah.
So go there and don't look over your shoulder. And we don't need to check in and say, is this okay? Go there, buddy.
Well,
and he did.
Matthew,
and for me to hear that.
He went all the way there.
He did.
Yes.
And for me to hear that, I think in the hallway, I kind of break up. As much for, oh my God, I'm so glad I don't want to hear that from my son, but almost as much for, I'm so glad that that's not our relationship.
Director Paul Greengrass didn't stop there.
And not only Levi, but Mom was in it too.
Mom Mac made it, 93 years young. That was another thing. So Paul needed to cast the mother in the middle of the show, and he was like, what about your mom? I said, well, I don't know. You're probably going to see her on tape first. He goes, no. I said, hang on. I said, Mom, send me a tape on a phone of 1 minute of you telling me why you love being a mother. She sends me an 8-minute tape. And I show it to Paul. He's like, she's great. Yes, let's do it. So Mom had taken a fall at my older brother's house and broken her tailbone a couple weeks earlier. So she was in a wheelchair. And Paul was like, that's even better for the part. So she came out. She was the diva. She did good. And I'm in the same scene with my son and my mom.
I know, Matthew. What was that like?
Well, it's something that's going to get actually cooler with time, isn't it?
When he's not acting, this man is writing. McConaughey's latest work, Poems and Prayers, is a collection 36 years in the making.
Let's read some. Which one do you want to jump into?
Okay, I would like, if you don't mind, Karmic Grace.
Karmic Grace. The golden rule of karmic grace is that when we do no good unto others, they will do no good unto us. And when we do good unto others, they may not do good unto us. But the laws of the universe will. I'm gonna look over your shoulder
Where it goes.
because I like your book. Let's do it. You read it and I'll pop in the words.
How to build better people is in your
Reflection,
take more credit, make the
connection,
earn your currency, spend it.
well
A useful story.
is worth the tell.
Very nice, Matthew. Very nice.
I think I started writing when I was 18,
Yeah.
and I was sort of lost in Australia, losing my mind, and I wrote poetry to try to make sense of everything.
But now,
to
don't you find yourself, I'm not saying you're lost, but don't you find yourself trying to make sense of everything? At one point you said
Right.
in the book, you don't want to quit believing in humanity, and you talk about misinformation. Tell me about that.
Well, found myself a few years ago slowly feeling doubt creeping in more than I was comfortable with. Found myself getting a little cynical even, looking down my nose at people, objectifying people, not giving someone the benefit of the doubt. And then the scary part was when I, listen to the news and see people lie, cheat, and steal and still win the jackpot all over the place and not seeing any sort of understood expectation about just the way we're supposed to treat each other, even on just a decency level. When I saw enough of that and just kind of went, well, maybe that's just how it is.
Yeah.
That scared me. And then, thankfully, it then pissed me off. And I said, no. I'm not waving the white flag on that. So
You took out your pen.
I took out my pen and said, all right, if logic is not, if I'm not happy with logic, if I'm not finding belief and things to believe in reality with the facts, I'm going to go to ideals, which are poems and prayers, and seek that divinity and that beauty and say, hey, let's bring that to earth and let's not quit believing in that.
You know, you're probably sick of it, but you sound like a politician many people have been looking for.
I do.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Is it something you even remotely consider?
Sure. And
You
still,
do?
yeah.
Seems like there would be an opening for the governor's race in your state.
You and I've talked about this for quite some time.
And nothing
online
has
and
happened.
offline.
Nothing has happened, but
No,
now,
not yet.
yeah,
But it is something I still consider.
you do.
Absolutely.
Seriously? Seriously?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if that's my lane, if that's a place I can be most useful. I really don't. I say that honestly.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my inherent language. Like you said, I sound like a politician we may need. I honestly said, really? Because I don't hear many politicians talk. Maybe I do have a point of view, which is what we need. I don't know if that's in a capital P politician's position. Right now, like I'm saying, I'm thinking hopefully we've gone above politics.
Yeah.
Into a certain progress that I think is an elevated sense of values, and I'm calling on myself and others and saying, hey, we can each make certain behavioral changes for ourselves. If that parlays into a position of politics in the future, it could. But right now, I'm going to write, be a dad, get my kids out of the house, hopefully as healthy as possible.
Let me just say, this book has already debuted at #1 because, #1, he's such a great writer and there's such variety in the poems. You see, he's very thoughtful. He's not sitting here thinking, oh, please ask me to run, because that's not what he's thinking either. But I can tell that he's still thinking about it.
Yep.
He's still thinking about that.
There's so many layers.
He's got a lot of layers to him, but he's so good at what he does. Also, one of my favorite poems, Tony, you'll like this, it's about being married, and everybody should have a queen bed because it is conducive, he says, to cuddling and snuggling. Would you agree?
Yeah, Katie and I have a queen bed.
We have a queen bed
You
too.
do?
Yeah, because who wants a big ass bed where you?
I did.
Well,
And look what happened.
there you go. That explains
Look
it all.
what happened to you, Gayle. Okay. And the other thing, I want to say something about the lost bus and Matthew. Very good, Vlad. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for pointing that out.
I know. Now they're all yelling at me. You made Gayle sad.
No, I'm good.
My mom's. I'm so in trouble now.
No, you're not.
Oh my gosh.
No, I got to talk about the lost bus because his son Levi, who plays his son, Levi went to his dad, and Matthew said, "No, really?" Then he took it to the casting director, and they made a tape, and the casting director said, he's pretty good. I'm going to send it to the director. They sent it to the director, but they took off Levi's last name. And the director said, who is this kid? I really like him. And they said, it's Matthew's real son. Really? Even better. That's his first acting role, and
That's
he
pretty
killed
cool.
it. Isn't that
That's
cool?
amazing.
I think that's
Love
cool,
that.
too.
That's cool.
Thank you so
What
much,
a great
Matthew
interview.
McConaughey. Just adore you. The Lost Bus, premieres worldwide on Apple TV Plus this Friday. And McConaughey's books, Did I Mention Poems and Prayers, is on sale now. It's already #1. Thank you very much.